Hello everyone, I am Defresh3004. Welcome back to Satisfactory. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. I always enjoy having you here, so sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and let's get into some gaming. So, the Christmas event is now over. We have everything built that we wanted to for the Christmas event, and we also found bauxite, which is all the way up over there. I'll show you. So you can see that there is that place sticking out over there. That is where the bauxite is. If I go to my map and I scroll in, there is a place right here that is a slug. And so we can actually have that be that is the bauxite. And so I can actually highlight that stamp, and then that way you can see it right over there, so you can see how that is. So that's actually really cool. I do like that a lot. That is really awesome, and that's something that we now have. There is one other thing that I wanted to show you real quick before we get going into whatever it is that we're going to be doing today, which is making the aluminum casings. One of those things is that here in these factories, for right now, for whatever reason, and usually it stops, but I don't know why it's not, you can see that they're still making the Christmas stuff. All of the Christmas stuff is still going. It is still going strong, and that's good. Now, if you go to select recipes, there is no recipe for it anymore. They have been taken out, but as long as we don't, take off a recipe, we're gonna be okay. I will probably shut this down just because I don't really need to have this going for one other big reason, and I'll go and show you why in a quick second. But one of the reasons is in here, these presents are just going down, and I'll go ahead and show you. So they don't, those trees up top are not making presents anymore. Apparently when the Christmas event is over, those trees quit making any presents or gifts, whatever you want to call them, and there are no more coming out of these trees. So you can see there's nothing coming. There should have been gifts coming out of these, but there is not. And so because of that, I am not going to get too terribly worried about, doing a whole bunch of this stuff. And I may just go and shut all of this down up here. We can keep this, set up or whatever if we really want to, and that's perfectly fine. But I think it would probably be about the best just to go ahead and shut these things down. That way we can conserve some energy, and it will help with everything, and those recipes should be okay to just stay in there, and that's perfectly fine. I don't mind that part at all. So let's just go ahead and do all of this, and then we will go to the next thing that we're going to do. Now, let's do something. We have to go somewhere, and I'm going to have to take the tractor for most of it, or something like that, because we have to go to another area. And I want to show you real quick. I did do some research to see, but I want to show you what it is that we're after. What I have to do is, I believe, go over to a refinery, and then I can show you what we're doing. Over here at this refinery, there should be things for making a luminous solution, which makes that bauxite, and it makes a luminous solution and aluminum scrap. So we need these to be able to make the aluminum, because we cannot make it without it. Refined from alumina can be smelted into aluminum ingots for industrial usage. We're definitely gonna have to set up some stuff and figure some things out, and I don't know exactly how all of this is going to play out. I may convert all of this here to be the bauxite stuff, since I already have this kind of set up. We can go ahead and do that, but I got to figure out if I need more things, and that's going to be one of the hard parts. Let me go over to, actually I can go over to an assembler right over here, and I can go see what may be in here for the recipes. Okay, alclad aluminum sheets. So we need copper ingots and aluminum ingots. And those aluminum ingots are probably going to have to be made, I'm assuming, in these, but there's aluminum casings. Okay, so we know where that is. Kind of forgot about that. And then in here, maybe there's going to be aluminum, but I don't know. There is not. Okay, so we need to get aluminum ingots somehow, and I don't know how we are going to get that. I'm going to have to go over to one that is not working and go see what the heck. Actually, this one isn't working, is it? We can go do it here. I can just switch it back to rods. Really easy. Aluminum casing. We need aluminum ingots. Okay. So I think I'm coming down with something again. And so I'm going to be, having some nasally issues. That is aluminum ingots, which is silica. Okay. Produced in the foundry. So we need those guys. Okay. Let's go over to the foundry. I didn't realize that I needed the foundry, or I forgot. Probably forgot. And let's go here. So, we need to use these now. And if we go to the recipes, there's the aluminum ingots. So we're going to have to definitely be making the silica, which is the quartz. So we're going to have quartz to make silica. Where we make the silica at, producing the constructor and the crafting bench. Okay, so we're definitely going to have to get the quartz, and that's something that we have to look at. All right, well, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and make that steel. We will make steel there eventually. I just don't know exactly when for right now. And that's going to be one of the things. Let me see. We need a... I'm not going to switch those because, again, I don't want to lose those recipes because once I do, then they're gone. In here, there is going to be quartz crystal, which is what we need. So we're going to have to... That's quartz. Okay, silica is 3 of the quartz. We're going to have quartz. So we're going to have a whopping lot of it. So that's one of the things we got to look at. Now, I do know, as I said, I did some research, and I'm going to go over to where the quartz is. I actually had to look it up, because if we go to here and we go scan the quartz, and then we go to our map, excuse me, up on here, on this map, there is going to be places that are going to be showing up for quartz. The problem is, these places here are not here anymore. I don't know if these ones are underground. This one isn't here. I went all over the place trying to find it, but it is not there unless it is the one that is here. And I did mark it. I haven't been inside of it. I know where it is. I had to mark it, and I had to go look it up to try to find out where it was, because every time that I looked, I couldn't find anything. So maybe I just didn't realize that. I had heard that they didn't remove the icons, but maybe they did, and that's just how far in it is. But I'm going to show you where that is, and it is a pain to get to. You have to come all the way down here to the coast on the north, on the upper side. I don't know how far out that goes, if there's anything out there that we can get to, sometime or not. But we are almost there, and the only way that I know of to get where we need to be is to actually get off and go out there. So, just got to be careful, make sure, we don't have any enemies or anything around. We may have enemies, but I don't remember for sure. I would not have ever found any of this stuff for sure. Okay, this is going to be the place. I do remember that because they say that there was a power slug blocking the entrance, or at the entrance. So that is the power slug. I am going to leave him there for right now. And apparently back here is going to be some stuff that we need. And I don't know. Okay. Boy, that was weird. There was no water there, but yet it acts like there was water there. How strange. Okay. There we go, that's better. Let me just go see if I can. Okay, this is going to actually be kind of dangerous, I think. There's supposed to be stuff up here, and I don't know for sure if there's actually going to be all that stuff. I guess we'll find out here in a minute. Okay, he is gone. I don't know what's up with that. So, I have not even been in here at all. I have no idea what is happening up here. Other than there is a bunch of enemies. Excuse me. So, let's go see if we can take out these guys. We're going to have a whopping lot of stuff, I can tell you that much already. It sounds like there's some slugs up here or something. Well, that's a long drop, you know that? We should be able to get back up here, okay, but there's... Oh, look, Mercer Sphere. Okay, I see it. This is going to be fun to try to figure out. This is about the only place that I know of to find this stuff at. I really don't know if this is going to be the best option or not, but it's one of the only options that we really have right now.
Follow the veins to the altar and chant.
Let's go ahead and get this guy. We are getting low on room, but we should be okay still.
Our instruments echo in the deep. Do they not pluck the shallow threads?
Can you hear me?
Crescendo, the effigy found the key. Sing more.
I was not created for artistic purposes. I am incapable of singing.
You sing.
Noted.
Holy moly. So those two were talking to each other. How do you like that? Okay, where did their bodies go to? Boy, howdy, there's all kinds of guys back here, isn't there? Holy moly. We did take a fair amount of damage. Think I better get up on another safer place. Get some health up. Got my health back up. I've been eating those fruits since we do have like a stack and whatever left. There's a little bit left, not a lot. Now we need to go through here and just go see. So those two guys were talking to each other. That was very interesting. I did not realize they would do that. So that quartz is actually probably exactly where they said it was. It's just, you know, finding it is the big problem. What in the heck? How far back does this doggone thing go? I'm going to say that apparently it goes a long ways back. Wowzers. Doggone bugs. Whatever they are. Somebody called him a spider on the video that I watched to find this. Man, holy moly. This thing goes a long, long, long ways back. I hope there's not any of the big guys here, because if so, that's going to stink. Alright, let's go see. We have found little quartz areas, but we haven't really found any quartz nodes, and we're going to need those quartz nodes if we're going to do anything. So let's go ahead and see if we can get that. Okay, I think we're getting back to where we need to be. But I don't know. Holy moly! Doggone dwarfuses. Man, so many of them. They said that there were going to be a whole bunch of them back here. They weren't kidding nobody. Alright, I did bring enough stuff to be able to make a couple of miners. Okay, normal sand, that's okay. We will get this set up with a miner. We're going to have to get electricity down here, which is going to be a problem. So there is sand there. And the quartz. Oh, is that quartz over there? Let's go over and see. It looks like that may be quartz, huh? Boy. This is a bad place. Sweet. Okay, cool. So we now have quartz, and we now have that. Let me just go ahead and eat these. Okay, now we're now out of those, and that's okay. That doesn't bother me any. So, excuse me. This is the place, and I have no idea if there's another way in, any other way. I'm just going to have to go and look. I don't really want to go like super de-duper far, because I just don't know. There's definitely something over there glitching out, and I don't know what it is. Alright, well, let's tell you what. Let's just go ahead. We will get this stuff set up, and we'll start seeing if we can get some electricity down here too, but we got to do that in a little bit. Let me get the miner set up first, and we'll have to... This is going to be tough. Can be done, it's just going to be a little bit tough. I'm not going to process anything down here. I want to get stuff out so we can do stuff elsewhere. I think I'm going to take that line around here, and then we'll just have it go out that way for both of them. So we can get Sam, and we might as well just go ahead and use this. I think it's going to be okay, and if we need another Sam, we can always get more later at the other place that we already have marked, and this should work. Let me go and get the miner set up, and then we'll see about trying to get stuff out of here. So a real quick update. I have... What, another one? Okay. Apparently there is a lot of stuff here that I missed on the way in. There is a pure node of quartz right here, and right over here where this miner is, there is another pure node of quartz. As you know, I built on a normal node, and I was getting this set up here for the SAM, which is of course a normal one, which, you know, we may do a pure, I don't know yet, but I'm thinking we'll just go ahead and do this one, and I happen to see that quartz where that miner is. I didn't even see this one till like right now, so apparently I'm not paying very good attention to things. They said something about pure quartz, but I didn't see any, so I was like, whatever, they just don't, you know, changed it, whatever. But apparently they did not change it. I just can't see what I'm doing, so, or I'm not paying attention or something like that in any case. But right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to get this stuff to go out so we can, you know, get stuff going. By having this one closer, that's going to save a lot of resources for, you know, getting stuff going out there, because that's going to be one of the hard parts, is getting all this stuff to go up top. And I'm just going to use the normal ones for right now, because I can always upgrade them if need be. The conveyors, I can always get them upgraded if I want to a little bit later. And this is going to be definitely a little bit of a struggle to get this stuff out here, but I'm sure that we'll be able to do okay. It's just going to take a lot more than I realized, and hopefully we will be able to get this out there okay and be able to get this done. I kept on hearing something, but I didn't know where it was. I was looking all over the place. Here is one of those. We don't have hardly any of these. And let's go and grab this summer sloop, huh? I've only seen a couple of these. Wow. So quiet. So strange when it just gets all quiet. I am almost out of steel plates, so I'm going to have to go get some more of those. And once I have those, then I can come back and continue building, and it's going to be a while before I can actually get out of here. This is such a long way to go to get out of this place. Holy moly. I'm outside of the place where we were going to go in to get, where we went in to get that done. And one of the things that I have is here in this area, if I try to put in any of these conveyor belts, I'm not going to be able to get through here. So there was something that I did find, and if you can go in this way just fine, but over this way quite a ways, right around in this area or somewhere around there, there is another entrance, and there's one way over here too. I did not know. There's a big tree where that summer sloop was, and that's actually the wrong direction that I took. So, yeah, there's some multiple ways to get into here to be able to get that stuff. And I do find that very actually interesting. Now, I have to get back over this way, because what I need to do is go over to the other entrance so I can actually get the conveyors out. I do have some more pieces that I can use, and then I have a whole bunch of the... Oh shoot, look, more stuff. That's crazy. I didn't know all this stuff was here. Excuse me. So there's a whole bunch of all those screwed plates, the whatever they are that I have. Can't really look at it right now because it's not going to let me while I drive. But the ones that the steel plates have the screws in them and stuff, there's a whole bunch of those that I have, so I could actually finish this off and get this done. I just got to go not let my tractor get submerged for one thing, and see if I can find that place, which I believe is going to be somewhere up here. Is that another entrance? What the heck? Nope, just an area. So there's an entrance coming up here sometime soon. I'm gonna get to it and we'll see where that is. Okay, here is the other entrance, and outside of this entrance there was some of those creatures that have the bugs that come out of them with the yellow sticky top stuff. Whatever those are again, I have those, put them on the tractor. So there are those there. And this is one of the other ways in. I did not know that there were multiple ways in until I'm exiting and I'm like, well, this doesn't look right. Plus there was no yellow slug. And so with that, that means this is going to actually be a little bit easier to do. Let me go see if I can get that yellow slug somehow. I just don't know exactly how I'm going to get this guy. You know that? It's me. Guess I could always do this. Go to here, and I could put in a foundation, and I can put a foundation down. And then I can get up on it, and then I should be able to get that slug. And then we can have this one too. So yeah, I should be able to do that right there. And we'll just jump up to here. Get this slug. That works. Luckily, these foundations do help, and they do make a big difference, and that's awesome. Okay. So, at any rate, back here is where all that is that I was going to, and I noticed this just didn't seem right, but I didn't think anything about it. I was like, I know I swam through water, and getting out of that area was going to be a lot harder because there was a lot of water. So, there's all kinds of ways in here, and this is pretty crazy as far as I am concerned. It is going to make the route a little bit different for getting out, but it shouldn't be too terribly bad. Now, that's that big tree where that summer sloop was, and our stuff is over here this way. So we just got to go a little bit more ways over this way, and then we should be okay. And I'm hoping that we'll have enough stuff to be able to get all the way out of here. That's going to be the tricky part. While trying to get the power set up out here, I did clear out the guys that were over here. There are still going to be a few of those hogs. But I think that we can take care of them pretty easy. Well, let me go get these hatchers, and it looks like there's going to be all kinds of good stuff out here. Just don't know where I have to be right now. So there's going to be, looks like a whole bunch of steel pipes. Statters. Might as well just go and get all this stuff while we can. Be nice. Reinforced iron plates. That's awesome. Yeah, we're going to be getting low on room here soon. That's 106 plates. Okay, steel beams. Nice. And 60 more reinforced iron plates. I don't know if there's going to be a lot right out here or anything, but we're going to look just to see, because I really don't know. Yep, there's one of those guys. Okay, I knew the hog was around here somewhere. Let's go ahead and get him. Then we'll have him done. Boy, he's a toughie. Okay, good. Now we'll have his stuff. I don't know if there's going to be anything else around here, but there could be. So we have to put in a whole bunch of those copper sheets. Well, let's just go and open this up, huh? Sweet. Looks like we get another hard drive.
Fix-It engineers experimented with soft drives, but the prototypes all went missing. They were later located in the toilets, being used as towels.
Okay, that's interesting. Yes, as towels. How? That's what I want to know. Okay, well, we got this one done. There's not a lot here that we can do with anything else, but we did get some pretty good stuff. Now I just have to continue building the power. I'm going to probably make this one go out about right there. Let me see. I want to turn him a little bit like that. Actually, I want him to turn like that, because I do want him to go out that way. Okay, and then we got to see about getting all the power stuff done. We are getting close to over there. I kind of turned the wrong way, but we are getting close. So now all I got to do is get the tractor all the way over here, and then we can start getting that stuff in, and then we can start getting stuff going. I got the conveyors all the way out to the outside here. This is the second entrance, just down the way from this other entrance that we went to over there. So it's a little ways away, but it's not too bad, because I can't get it through that one narrow entrance like I said. And I have power going back there. I haven't hooked up the conveyors yet, but I will get those hooked up soon. So right now I have a bunch of electricity going to there, and the power's going back there, and I'm going to go ahead and put on some conveyors, the lifts, and I gotta go up there and find out where in the heck I am over here. So what I'm gonna have to do is probably make a map marker for here. I'm thinking let's just go ahead and use a chest icon. Okay, select icon, that way we kind of know, and then we can say, just go ahead and say conveyors. Now we have this, and then we can apply that. Now we have that conveyors right there, and then we know where we have to come to. This is going to be the hard part, because now what I have to do is go all the way back over there and figure out where in the heck over here this is, and then figure out a way to see how far I have to go down or whatever. There's also a yellow power slug up there, and if I have to angle things a little bit, then I guess I will, but we're just going to have to go see what I can do. Right now, I have all the conveyors set up to the top. I'll show you that in a minute. Right now, what I got to do is go see if I can perhaps get the quartz going first, because that's going to be the most important. We can't make any of the aluminum casing without the quartz, and that's just something that we have to have. So, I am going to see... I think it's this one right here. That should be the quartz. Just got to get all the way back in there. I'll get that one going. We'll get the quartz out. Some of these are slow conveyors. Some of these are fast conveyors, meaning Mark 1 or Mark 2. And that's what I have because it takes a whopping lot of stuff to try to get this out of here. And that's one of the biggest things is it's quite a ways back here. So this is going to be a whopping lot of fun to try to get all this stuff done. But we do have this, and I'm probably going to build a constructor and a foundry up top. And then I can build some train stations, and we'll try to get the trains going here as soon as we can. It's just going to take a little bit for me to do that. So for right now, I'm just going to work on this. I don't know if I'm going to do the SAM or not down here. I just don't know. I'm going to have to wait and see. That SAM is all the way over there, so that's something that I really don't have to be as worried about right now. It's good to probably do some SAM, but if we can do it at the other place too, and actually just have a little bit closer, and you know, as far as like not having all these lines everywhere, I think that would actually be good too. And then we can worry about that. Let me go ahead and get this started right here, right now. So that's good. That'll help. Take this line right here, and we are going to hook that up to here. And then we can start getting quartz going in. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be the best. And this should produce a lot of quartz. Now, he's just going to start mining all the quartz, and that's going to be coming out here in a quick second. And then we can go up top and see just where that's going to be. This is going to be a lot of fun to try to get figured out because we have a lot of stuff we got to do. We got to convert this into the silica, and then once we do that, then we'll be able to move along. I want to show you what I did up top, so you already saw this part where this is going. So out here I have the lifts going up. That's as high as I can. I can build them a little bit higher, but no, actually that is as high as I can build them. That's as high as you can build one set, and then you have to do it to another set. And I'll go and show you up there. I built ramps coming all the way down, so that way I don't have to drive all the way around trying to maneuver over all those rocks and stuff, because that is a royal pain. This set of lifts is actually quite a bit shorter than the first set. But you do have a limit on what you can build, apparently. I did not know that, so now I do. And then those go over here, and then they come all the way to over there, along some more conveyors that are going to go all the way up to there. And I want to use the second one. That's going to be the one with the quartz. So the one on the left is the one I want to use. So I want to go ahead and see about setting up a production for making the quartz. And that's going to help. I'm just going to set that guy up right over here. We're still going to have to get it kind of wired in, you know. That's going to be something we're just going to have to work towards. Let me come down here a little bit. Get off to the side and go see if I can get this guy to even just come a little bit like that. And we'll get him right out there. And then we will get these guys built up here to go all the way up to there. Okay. Now we have that. And this guy here should be able to make the silica. He's also going to make the aluminum casing. But he can also make quartz crystal. So we're definitely going to have to think about having maybe a couple of these that we can set up. And one can be a quartz crystal. One can be, you know, a silica. But for right now, I'm just going to do the silica. And we can always set that stuff up later if we need to. Now I'm going to have to get some of this wired in. So let me go and see if I can get that done. And then we will have to end this. We will build the train station later whenever we have the chance to be able to do so. I got the power over here. I did have a couple of the big ones over here. That way we can do a little bit more. And then I'm just going to go and hook this guy right here up to there. And then we can go ahead and select the silica. That way we can get that going. It is going to be a little bit before that even gets up here because it is not even anywhere close yet, apparently. So those guys are now there. They're going to come over to here and we're going to start making silica. And then later on, we'll be able to make some bauxite or the alumina, but we got to get water and bauxite and then we'll be able to get that done. I don't think I'm going to make a chest out here, but I don't know. I'll have to go see what the heck happens. This guy should be coming along here in just a quick minute. It's going to be lifting it up to this other one here in just a quick second. All right, here it comes. Now we're going to be making silica. I don't know exactly how much we're going to be able to get. I did have those ones be level 1 conveyors, but now they are level 2, the Mark II, so that's going to help get this stuff up here a little bit faster. And I really don't know exactly how much it's doing. It looks like it is doing 1 at a time. Oh, it's doing 5 at a time. 5 silica, I guess it says there. I don't know how much it's going to be in a complete stack, so we'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, this is Satisfactory. Thank you for joining me here. We are now making silica. It was a lot more difficult than what I thought it would be. Holy moly. And because we don't have any other closer quartz that I'm aware of, there may be. I just don't know. I do know I saw on maps that I can, see online and stuff, which are good maps to look at for this kind of stuff. You can see where all the bauxite is, and the only bauxite is over where we did find some. It's like 3 different bauxite, 4 different bauxites, 5, something like that over the area, but it's all pretty much in the same area, so there is that. We will try to get a train station up here, figure out how all of that works and how we can get that going, and because I really want to do that, and we got to get that going, and then we can move along and see about making the aluminum casings, because we got to get the silica over to where the aluminum is going to be, and then that's going to be something we're going to have to work for the next time. If you enjoyed this episode, drop a like on the video, and we will start making the aluminum casing and the bauxite stuff real soon. So you have a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.